Brad, just what's your reaction to losing this game after the way you played in Washington? I would think you thought you'd come out with a little more fire tonight.
Yeah, we're not, we're not pulling in one direction right now, and that's got to be the responsibility of the head coach. So, yeah, I would say that your assessment of our play tonight is spot on from comparing it to Wednesday. But I do think that Philadelphia came out and they moved the ball, they moved bodies. Carter Williams was fantastic. Henry Sims dominated the paint for them, and they've been a hard-playing team the whole year, and I'm sure they've had their down moments, obviously, throughout their losing streak. But tonight wasn't one of them. They played well. They played not well. That's it.
Bradley gets to the free throw line 37 times. Is that just them being more aggressive? Was there anything specifically they were doing?
I thought they just got to the rim more. Of the two teams, the team that packed the paint and forced the other team to shoot perimeter jump shots better, they did a much better job. We let them get to the rim and we slapped late and got fouls. And we should have been much more alert to packing the paint as they were. They were going to make us make threes. You see, shot 33 of them. Most of them were pretty good shots. That plays a role in this. It's probably a different feeling if we throw in 14 or 33 instead of 9 or 33. But at the end of the day, we didn't.
Brad,
Sorry, Gary.
sorry. You guys have played so hard for most of the season. It's game 76. Are you losing grip on things? Is the team seeing the end and it's 2 weeks and they're kind of looking?
That may be the case. I hope that's not the case. I said in there, I'm going to swing hard until 10 o'clock or 10:30 on April 16th, our last game. And I want whoever's going to swing, let's go. Let's play. Let's get after it. It is a long year, Gary, but sometimes you need to dial yourself back to it's a game that you really enjoy and take the outside pressure off, take the how you're playing the last game off, and just play with a clear mind and with freedom. Sometimes that's hard to do when you don't start well, but we need to do that with the last 6 games. We need to play better than we played the last 2. We had no problem with our effort prior to these 2, but these 2 we got the result we deserved.
Brad, do you sense enjoyment out there? Do you see it?
Just kind of depends on who, So I think that's something that is very evident on a guy like Phil Pressey. He gets into the ball, he creates a play late, he gets amped up. The next play, he gets a jump ball. I had a boss one time, and this is a great line. He said, "Fun is doing something well together." And so, it's not supposed to be. We're not all supposed to be out there, oh well, who wins? This is professional basketball. We have to have some seriousness about us. But if you do something really well together, there's no more fun than that.
Brad, in the second quarter tonight, you guys were able to really get a lot of positive things accomplished. What was working for you guys so well at that period in the game?
I just thought that group gave us a good lift. And I thought that we kind of got that again in the early part of the fourth after they hit a couple of baskets. Probably the biggest issue with our play tonight beyond the obvious, which was too many fouls and putbacks at the rim, were the fact that when really good things happen, we didn't handle that well. So we get a 4-point lead and we throw the ball away. We pressure into the full court. We get an opportunity. We cut it to 5, and then we just open up a driving lane. Because we're trying to be aggressive but not being solid. We don't need to be that overly aggressive. It's just sometimes when you push and you're fighting from behind, that's what happens.
And Brad, the things that you're talking about, these are things I know that you in some degree have addressed. You guys, for the most part, have been pretty good about not allowing that happen. When you see this transpire, what rhyme or reason can you come up with why things have just kind of gone south so quickly?
Well, I don't think we've been a great detail team all year. Now, obviously, as a coach, you expect everything to run perfectly, but I think we can get a lot better in that area. And the last 2 games, I felt we just were a little bit more even behind in that area. And again, that's the responsibility of everybody pulling in one direction is on me.
Grant, I know there are just 6 games left, obviously. You talked before the game about potentially making switches. Does a repeat performance like this tonight just make you want to just shake things up a little bit and try to get that energy?
Yeah, I mean, we started a little bit different start of the second half, and that was we didn't start. We changed one person around, but I didn't think the start of the second half was great either. So we'll shake it up tomorrow because Rondo's not playing. So I think we've just got to get guys playing to what they're capable of together. And it's a lot more important that we're all doing that. And I don't know the exact answer on that, to be quite candid. I don't know exactly who to put in there to make that happen. I wish I did, but I don't.
Coach, it's human nature. They lost 26 in a row. So when they're able to hang around and it's that kind of game, how do you adjust to that, or what's the mindset there?
Well, you don't change how you play based on who you're playing. You play to the best of your ability, and that's just kind of the way you should go about things. And that's the way really, really good teams do it. I use the Spurs as an example. They always just do their stuff, and they do it well. They do it over and over and over and over again, and then the game's over, and they move on to the next one. And I think that there is something to just that focus of just playing well, like play good basketball. There's a great challenge in being the hunted, which is not what we are, but in being that and being a contender and having to do that every single night. And there's a great challenge in in getting back up off the mat. There's always human nature that plays into it, but needless to say, we didn't, for whatever reason, we didn't handle tonight well.
Final 2 questions?
At this point in the season, Jared.
Coach, do you see the kind of consistency yet that you want out of the team orchestrating with Rondo offensively? Is it something that you think can happen over these last few games, or is it something you're looking forward to next season?
Yeah, I mean, we've had our moments, but it's not necessarily one person. It's everybody in the building, and I think that I get asked a lot about obviously Rondo, and because he's the guy that's been here, and we missed the first half of the season and all of those things, but it's easy to focus on just him. But I think when everybody is playing well, then everybody looks better. And he made some really good plays tonight. We missed some shots. They would have had a few more assists. But I think that, he's had his moments, but like all of us, we can get better.
At this point in the season, I assumed you've established a rhythm for yourself. How long do you let yourself dwell on performances like this?
That's a good question. It's more around forever. I don't have a 24-hour rule. I probably should. I can tell you about every single one of my losses at Butler, and I could probably go through every single one this year. A lot more than the wins. Thanks.
Thanks.